The rat will watch Taskmaster now. Ah, ingenious, ingenious.
We're at episode 2 of Junior Taskmaster. I'm Dittman the Task Rat, and I'm trying to figure out how to be evil and wholesome at the same time. Episode 1 was very fun and very funny. Those kids are really clever, but they're also kids, which means they still got a lot to learn about the world, like, for instance, one of the boys doesn't know the difference between cling film and aluminum, and one of the girls needs to figure out, she still hasn't figured out how long time is. But those just made everything more exciting and more entertaining. Honestly, I'd say even more entertaining than the adult version. Before we continue today, I want to know, who's watching this? Is it mainly kids, adults, parents? Are there any contestants of Junior Taskmaster watching this? I'd like to think that's a possibility. Those kids, the contestants like watching Taskmaster, so maybe they'll like watching a rat watch Taskmaster? If you want to watch a rat watch Taskmaster, well, you're about to do so. But you can do so even more at Patreon.com/ratofalltrades. That's where you can get all of my Taskmaster reactions, the full reactions, and you'll get them a week earlier than on YouTube. Now it's time to meet the new kids on the block. Here is Junior Taskmaster Series 1, Episode 2. Alright. We've seen that umbrella already. I think that was Laser almost right after there.
Can you take this to our head?
25 kids in this series. And we've got Cool Plus Cool, which was our title last week. I actually probably wouldn't have chosen that one if I realized it was in the intro too, but anyway. Would a bird fly?
Yes, no, it is not the head of Weird Al Yankovic. Tonight's winner will be taking home all of the prize tasks you see this
That's
evening.
disappointing,
However,
actually.
the contestants who come first
But
and
Roses,
second will both win an illustrious
not a
spot
close
in the
second, but a
semi-finals.
reasonably
Right, let's meet tonight's contestants.
safe,
Please welcome
decent
Sarah!
second place to Weird Al. Sarah, Gwen, Maisie, Ollie, and Zach. I know already because I wrote these down before we started,
A lot of people
so I know
told
their
me I was
names.
making a big mistake.
Bring in the most glamorous object ever. Rose will give 5 points to the most glamorous
Simple.
object ever. And at the end of this episode, the overall winner will have 5 extraordinarily glamorous objects to take home with them. But let's see what our contestants have got for us.
Okay, so the most glamorous object ever that I've brought in tonight is silk napkins.
Oh, the height of luxury.
First of all, normal people would just get tissue or whatever's close to them to wipe their mouth. But people who can afford napkins like these, reusable silk napkins, must be really rich.
Like that. All
It's a
right,
solid
Gwen,
start, yeah.
What have you brought in for your prize task this
But
evening?
4 more to
Brace
see.
yourselves. A bejeweled toilet seat.
Glamorous.
Bejeweled
Would you say
the
comfortable?
game?
Hey, I see people wearing high heels. They don't look comfortable, but they're glamorous. People have to suffer for glamour.
Oh,
I brought in a gemstone.
okay. Why are you so into gemstones, mate?
No idea, but I think it's got something to do with the fact that they are glamorous. Yeah, I have a coven that I started.
Does that make you like a witch or a warlock or something?
Yeah.
What? How many people are in the coven?
4, not including myself.
Do you do good in the coven, or you...
It depends.
I was thinking that a top hat is very glamorous.
Oh, yes.
I tried to make it even more glamorous.
How so?
Stick some gems on it.
Would you wear this out yourself, Ollie?
No.
Why not? Mike, you can really rock that.
Good luck.
I have brought in Golden Greg sausage rolls.
Greg's is a British thing, so I don't know specifically, but golden sausage
Exactly, you're gonna
rolls
have to talk
sounds
me through
good.
this one.
But as you can see, it has a top hat, because top hats are fancy. It's been proven by Ollie. And it has googly eyes, because nothing is better. That's the only thing you miss.
Fair enough.
Only thing you missed. I like that too.
Gonna go with
There are
one
so
point
many
for
great
Maisie for the
quotes.
gemstone. Syra, 2 points for silk napkins. I know there was
Oh,
technically no
well,
gemstones
wait,
on
they're
it,
scoring
but-
already. Yeah, so I did not. Okay. First thing to note is they're all coming out with awesome quotable quotes, and I am gonna have a really hard time picking a title for this episode, and I think that's a trend that's gonna continue throughout the whole series, is these kids are gonna say amazing things all the time. As for the scores, I think the Greg's sausage rolls is in the middle with 3 points. The 2 ones that weren't super glamorous were the gemstone and the napkins. I mean, the napkins were like the only thing here that didn't sparkle. Although the prize task didn't say the most sparkly thing, it said the most glamorous thing, but I like the creativity there, so 2. But Maisie, a whole bunch of other people had gemstones with other glamorous things. So 1 point to her. And then top hat or toilet seat? An age-old question. I will give 4 points to the toilet seat because it's something in the bath. It's a toilet seat, unfortunately. But top hat is already glamorous, and it's even more so glamorous with all the stuff on top. So 5 points to Ollie.
But it's got to be the Millionaire's Buffet there. It's 5 points for that.
Okay, we agreed on some of those.
I got my mate Mark involved with this next coffee-based task, so those people can just froth off.
Is it a Mark that we know? That's not Mark. That's definitely not Mark.
Safely deliver Mike's mate Mark a medium mocha.
You cannot walk on the grass.
The fullest delivered cup wins.
You have 15 minutes. Your time starts now.
Right, so I'm thinking that guy over there's Mark.
That's Mark, all right. Some people say he's something of a snappy dresser.
Agree to disagree.
I wouldn't say that either.
What's a medium mocha?
Well, it's in between a small mocha and a large mocha.
OK, first up we have Gwen and Maisie.
Made a mocha before?
No.
Is it optional to bring one of those too, Mark?
All the information's in the task.
I hate the way you keep saying that. Is that what you've been paid to do?
He's been trained to do it. I saw the training
Can I have a look at the set,
montage.
please? Gonna need this and this, just in case.
Wait a minute. Does it not say I can't hop on the grass?
How's it going?
This little cold coffee.
Yeah, that's pretty smart,
Cold
yeah.
coffee? Oh, poor Mark.
What does he expect?
It is a little bit of
Hey, it's
walking.
a mocha. He never said it had to be hot.
Ha!
Is that running, is it?
That's speed walking. Is that a type of walking, or is speed walking just called speed walking?
Here you go, Mark.
You gonna leave him the biscuit?
I've left him that biscuit and I'm gonna eat this one.
More children taking mochas to Mark immediately, please.
Here you are.
I want to know what this does. Oh, no, don't do that.
Recipes. Espresso, hot chocolate, and frosty milk.
Oh gosh, this isn't working, is it?
I think this is going to be a hard task to score, because
Yeah.
are they making
I would drink
mochas? Most of them
Where do I have to deliver it
aren't.
to?
To my mate Mark.
Let's go to the shed.
Okay, they're
He
stepping
doesn't look like a
stones.
good man, maybe a criminal.
That's my best friend Mark you're talking about.
Just gonna use this and this. I'm
Yeah.
using them as stepping stones.
Did I ever tell you the story of how Mark and I met?
How?
We were both backing dancers for Shakira's 2009 She-Wolf tour.
Shakira.
Yeah. 38 seconds left.
Oh god. Just look at the eyes. It makes him look desperate. Sad.
Sad.
He has no one to love
He
him.
does look
got
like
me.
it. Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Is it go time?
It's time.
I don't know if he's in time anyway.
Alrighty, from my calculations, we've
All
got one
right.
person to see now, and it is Ollie, and I'm excited.
That's a good calculation. One left.
Big coffee guy?
No. Espresso, hot chocolate, and frothy milk. Got a lot of roll here. Some
Is there
roll
stuff
there.
inside the house too?
That's so much roll.
I don't think we've seen inside yet.
Ah. Oh no, I forgot the marker. No. Back to the shed.
I didn't.
Gonna put this
Oh.
on there.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you need to hold it.
I guess not.
I like that idea, scooting across the grass. Will he do that?
There.
Those are all single steps. They're all single steps so far.
Interesting.
But he's only got a couple seconds.
Here you go.
Walking is putting one foot in front of the other. He was stepping.
I have to say, that was some of the most stressful television I have ever watched, Ollie. Fantastic. Right, points-wise.
Yeah, points-wise. I mean, it's up to you.
So
how you
this is
feel
the
with
amount they
grass-based
got?
infractions.
Space infractions, right. Well, I know Zach and Ollie, there was very clear infringement. You were on the grass. So you both
watch.
get 1 point for that. 3 points for Maisie, because I don't want you to hex me. Syra, I'm going to give you 4 points, but obviously, Gwen, I'm going to give you the full 5 points for that task. Well done.
I'm gonna have to read the rules of that task again. Okay, that was confusing, but I figured it out. When Zach read the task out, he said the fullest cup of mocha wins, but I heard him say the first cup of mocha wins. So all that time, I thought it was the first person to get there. But they gave all the milliliter scores, and that means Gwen was first with 5 points, and Syra was second with 4 points. And then Ollie would be third if he didn't walk, and I say he didn't, so he gets 3 points. As for Maisie and Zach, who both walked on the grass, last episode, when they touched the red-green, I gave them 0 points, so I need to do the same thing here. I need to give both of them 0, and unfortunately, that means Maisie only has 1 point so far in this episode. She is in a coven, but I'm not afraid of her, but I do respect her. So we'll see if she can pull some points back in the next task.
Now is the time for these 5 contestants to show us who is the new conqueror of the skies.
He had a similar way of introducing this task as he did with the best mast. They were amassed, all the potato, but with that task.
Let's get straight to business.
Make a paper aeroplane out of one of these things.
You must use the paper you touch first.
You may not cut or tear a piece of paper.
Your paper aeroplane must look like a paper aeroplane.
Once your paper aeroplane is complete,
You have one
That's
attempt to launch it from
important.
the departure window.
Furthest flight wins. You have 10 minutes.
Your time starts now.
it says that I must use the piece of paper I touch first.
I'll show you. Here we go.
Wonder if there's any hidden paper around.
What's going on in that head of yours?
I've already touched it.
You've gone for it. You've made the choice.
This is the paper I touched first.
That's
It's my
also what I was
mistake.
thinking.
All the information's in the task.
You must use the paper you touch first. Well, that's annoying.
And yes, I'm using the tiny one. So I have no idea how
But
to
I
make
think
an
it said
aeroplane.
the paper on the
no.
table.
Not useful.
Actually could be useful.
It might be.
What are you thinking?
This
I know how to
is
make
very
one
bad
paper
airplane.
airplane.
How's it going?
Terribly, if you didn't notice.
Without wings, would a plane fly? Would a bird fly?
What do you think?
No.
I mean, it was a rhetorical question, but not in the same way I thought it was.
That's bad. Let's go yeet it from the window.
If it's done, it
So
is
the
done.
departure window.
Let's
You're
go.
quick. You're quick.
I hate this door.
All right, so let's see.
Syra, you seemed a little disappointed at the start where you were like, oh no, it's the first piece of paper I touched. But now are you kind of thinking maybe it was a kind of a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel watching that back now?
Smart.
How these paper aeroplanes went down?
Or up, maybe. No, down. Straight down.
I don't think that's a spoiler that most of these are going to go downward.
Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2,
This is great filming.
1. Shocks away!
Ready? These are hard to see. Oh! It's hard to tell how far these are going. Compared to each other, at least. They all seem about the same. That's the hardest one to see.
You're welcome, bye.
Bye. Languishing at the bottom was Gwen with her microplane, which went 82.5 centimetres. Syra made 2 metres and 43 centimetres. Zach, 3 metres 52 centimetres. Maisie, a whopping 4 metres and 27 centimetres. And Ollie, despite being very down on himself, 6 metres and 31 centimetres.
I thought they were all around like 4 or 5 meters. And
1 point to Gwen.
yeah, we
the
have 2,
microplane.
3, 4,
2 points
6,
to
and then
Syra,
the
3 points
one
to
that
Zach,
went straight
4
down.
points to Maisie, but the full 5 points goes to Ollie.
I'm gonna agree with those scores. Yeah, I think you can argue that the task was or wasn't paper, so I'm not gonna worry about if that was the first one they touched. So everyone's fine with the paper, and this is just based on distance, so we have the same scores.
Well, the next task involves arguably humanity's greatest invention and presumably the object which inspired
Cheese?
the wheel. I mean, of course, the humble digestive biscuit.
Oh, what's this?
Digestive biscuit. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Ollie.
Get the most digestive biscuits through a sieve.
You have 2 minutes to plan
And 6 minutes to complete the task.
Your time starts now.
Crush the biscuits.
That's your plan.
I feel like crumbling it.
Okay.
I guess I'll just crush it, I'm assuming.
I could
I think a blender
rock on them.
All
is
digestives.
Okay.
that.
It's gonna take forever, isn't it?
I do.
Here is Syra, and here is Maisie.
How many do you think there are?
About 127?
How many are you going to try and get through, do you think?
27.
Oh my god.
I think
to question than I
that's
thought.
not a bad
Oh,
estimate.
gosh.
What's your target? What are you aiming for?
2.
2?
I know, is that a lot?
The vaulting ambition of youth.
You know what? I'm gonna try a different. Crushing several biscuits with my fist at the same time. I do a martial arts class.
Do you?
Yes.
What do you do?
Jiu-jitsu. It's Japanese.
How far could you throw me, do you think?
30, 40 centimetres.
Okay, that's quite good, I think. 9 seconds left.
Oh gosh, it's all spilling out the sieve. There's a lot of biscuits that are not quite dead yet.
A haunting idea to finish with.
Did any of the biscuits scream on the way through?
Yeah, I guess.
That did. That door did.
Well, here are Zach and Ollie.
We could go to the shed.
Yeah? What's that?
Hammer.
Possibly a steak tenderizer?
Yeah, it looks like a tenderizer.
Yeah?
This would work.
Yeah?
It's a blender.
A blender, we're blending, are we? Shall I operate it so you don't chop your hands off?
Yes. Well, as many digesters as we can in there.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone's going to get near that total amount of the 127 estimated.
So you're tenderizing the biscuits.
Yeah, into powder.
They both got Mike to help,
Thank you, Zach.
which I think is
Shall
okay.
I tidy that up?
If you want to.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, feeling pretty
Similar
good.
ideas, but different execution.
And it is Gwen.
When?
Right, so the obvious choice is to mush up the biscuits. Get the most digestive biscuits through the sieve. Can I go to the shed?
Certainly. So what are we hoping to find in the shed, Gwen?
I think I'm going to need this and this.
Elastic bands and scissors.
Yes, but maybe in other things. I like to find loopholes.
Yes, I like loopholes too.
Biscuit after biscuit after biscuit.
So I... biscuit after biscuit. I am going to have to see if...
Right.
I'm going to have to check the article, whether it said a sieve or the sieve.
I would love to just hear from Mike how many biscuits they did all get through the sieve.
OK, calculated by weight. Maisie got 0.44 biscuits. Sarah got 4.44.
Yeah.
Ollie managed 5.5. Zach, 8.3. Gwen, a fairly whopping 85 biscuits.
Right, okay,
Okay.
Oh, what am I gonna
So they're
do?
gonna
Am I
be in
going
that
to be
order,
evil?
but-
Am I going to be nice?
Is...
Your hair looks amazing.
Gwen... that is Gwen. First or last, I am gonna reread the task real quick. Let's get down to business. Gwen was allowed to make a sieve, but I would argue that that particular thing was not a sieve. I think it needs more than a label. I think it needs to sort of look like the thing it's replicating. So, I am disqualifying her. Sorry, Gwen. That's 0 points to you, and then we'll have 2 to Maisie, 3 to Syra, 4 to Ollie, and 5 to Zach. And then that brings us to the Obfuscation Round, where we're gonna change up these scores even more. This episode definitely isn't turning out the same as last episode. Last time, Rose's scores and my scores were quite similar, apart from a couple changes. But here, it's a little bit more wild, and it's about to get a little more wild. So, bonus points. That's what the Obfuscation Round is. I will give 1 to Gwen for trying to find a loophole. It didn't succeed this time, but she gets 1 point essentially. And 1 point each to Ollie and Zach for the maca task, because they actually read the recipe and tried to make a maca. I don't know how successful they were, but I know they both tried that. And as always, I give a point for the title of the episode, and I am choosing, out of many wonderful possible titles, I am choosing Weaker Thing Go Boom. All right, so that's a point to Zach, which means we're ready to see how Rose scores, and then we're ready for the final task.
It's 5 points for Gwen. She takes the
Now, Rose, you need to be a little more evil.
What has that
I
done
know,
to
it's
the
hard to be
rankings,
evil
Emma?
to
Made it
kids.
devilish close.
Who will be reading the task tonight?
Gwen, please.
Oh, yeah, if I can open it. Write the names of all of your colours in different colours. You must not write the name of a colour in that colour or use the same colour twice. Every word must be legible and you must not remove your gloves. Most correct words in the correct colours wins. You have 100 seconds.
So in
You've
the
got to write
incorrect
the names of all of
colours.
those colours, but you're not allowed to write the name of that colour in its colour.
How much time do they have? Hey.
So, wait.
She was looking in the desk for... Anyway, you need to figure out a
It's a
system.
different colour for the word.
And I don't know if these kids can figure out a
Do
system.
we have to put the lids back on?
I wouldn't bother with that, Maisie. You've had 30 seconds already.
Oh.
10 seconds.
All right, I am interested to see how these look.
Please separate from your
Writing with one
Okay. Rose.
finger at a
I'd
time.
like to see the results of this dastardly task, yes.
Syra.
Hey.
Gwen, again, recognisable, legible words, I would say.
Even
here's
with
Maisie's
the
effort.
opposing paw, these are mostly legible. Wow.
I would say commendable. Some clear, actual words. There we go, Rose. We've got Zach's offering as well.
Looks pretty close, Mike. Come back down here and we'll see how that's affected the final scores.
Yeah, they will have to look at those sheets very carefully because there were a lot of rules
Be a
there.
pal and talk me through that task.
Maisie got 4, Ollie 5, Zach 7, Syra and Gwen drew with 8. So, points-wise, that means Maisie gets 1 point, Ollie 2, Zach 3, and Syra and Gwen both get 5 points.
Maisie. That is not very good.
Final scores.
We're almost ready for final scores. Maisie, I wish you the best of luck with that coven, because unfortunately it looks like tasks aren't your thing. But it was very fun to watch. But yeah, with the witch thing, maybe you can summon some rats or summon some bats, learn how to do that sort of stuff. So you've got a bunch of cool stuff lined up ahead of you. Just not this. So, all right, it's time for the scary final verdict. And these are some very interesting final scores. First of all, it's like exactly the same as the scores I just did on one of the Series 18 things, because the winner has 20, and then there's 3 people with 16. That's exactly what happened with Series 18, Episode 2. Anyway, the winner is Ollie, which I kind of pegged straight away because he had a great start to this episode, and he won 2 of the tasks. But there are 3 second place winners, and that means this is the first time in Rat Taskmaster history that I need to do a tie break. So it's time to discuss how tie breaks work, how I do tie breaks, and that is I look at every task and I look at the contestants that are tied, and I basically put a little star on one of the contestants for each task, depending on who had my favorite moment from that task. So, to start with, the prize task, I will give one of my star points to Gwen for the toilet seat because, I don't know, it somehow seems connected with rats. Like, we can go in toilets, I don't know. And I had a hard time choosing the first place in that task, and I gave her second. So we'll give her the star point there. And then, second task with the macas, I will give a point to Zach. I already gave him a point for making an actual maca, but I also liked him just talking about the macas and stuff. Third task, the paper airplanes, that goes to Gwen again. So she has 2 so far, because she chose the tiny piece of paper, and I like that she did something different. The biscuit task, I will give the point to Syra, because I liked all the philosophy she was bringing into that. And then for the live task, this is tricky, because if I give it to Syra or Zach, then I have another tie break. But actually, I feel like the live task kind of didn't show anybody's personalities, really. It was kind of everyone's on an even playing field, so I'm giving no one that. So that means Gwen is our second place winner and would be going to the semifinals in Ratland or whatever, but yeah, I would have to actually invite everyone, all the winners, to do a whole other Taskmaster in Chicago here yeah. So that would be confusing. So let's just continue. Let's just see who won Rose's episode, because I don't know how those scores are going to pan out.
In 5th place, with 10 points, we have Maisie.
Straight back. Maisie in last.
14 points in 4th place is Ollie. Well done, Ollie.
4th. Yeah, I know. Some of these tasks were scored very differently.
Syra. Well done, Syra. In 2nd place, and therefore through to the semis, it is Zach.
Let's go, Zach.
Tonight's winner is Gwen.
Great job, Gwen. Okay, I was definitely rooting for Ollie, but yeah, these tasks can turn on a dime.
Our winner, Gwen.
I don't even know if that's the right phrase. They can turn on a dime. They can flip on a switch. They can basically, who knows what's going to happen in any particular episode. Yeah, so let's sing the theme song. And Gwen is glamorous now, even more glamorous than she was before, with that top hat and toilet seat and everything else. Well, I really enjoyed that because I was in charge, obviously. I enjoy anything where I'm in charge, but I'm less in charge than Rose is, unfortunately. But anyway, it was a good episode. And even more so than last week, I am impressed by Rose and Mike and how they are treating their new roles. It's harder to say anything about the contestants because I've only seen each of them for a few minutes each, but I'm enjoying everyone who's coming in. Each kid has their own personality, a strong character to them. And the prize task is an excellent way to kind of find out about that character. So this is a really good format. Well, it's a good format, but honestly, it's just a really good show. It's a fun show. So, that was episode 2. We've got 3 more heats, and then we've got semifinals, and then another semifinals, and then we've got finals. So, there's a lot more Junior Taskmaster left in this series, and maybe we'll get a whole bunch more series later. But that's it for now. I will squeak you next time.
Ingenious. Ingenious.